Hey everyone, welcome back to Bob the Builder, where we delve into the narratives, journeys, and insights of those influencing the construction scene in Ghana. I'm Bafo, and in this episode, I'm going to give you an absolute treat. Before we dive into today's topic, if you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on any of our new awesome content we release. All right. Today, we are going to talk about my $1 million project. Yes, you heard me right. My $1 million project. We are delving deep into my journey into building and construction. And trust me, you are in for a wild ride. Now, without further ado, let's jump into the heart of today's video. I guarantee you are going to learn something new and exciting, so stick around until the end. Alright, enough chit chat. In today's episode, I have put together questions I get asked a lot about this $1 million project. Before we jump in, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment down below and let me know your thoughts, experiences, your questions, and what you would like to hear in the next episode. I love hearing from each and every one of you. Now, on to the questions. First question reads, where is this $1 million project located? My $1 million project is located on the mountain slopes of Ebri. So those who don't know Ebri, it's like a 45-minute drive away from Accra. It's located on 2 acres of land, which is basically 8 plots of land, where each plot measures about 100 feet by 70 feet. On to the next. How did you come about the land? A very interesting one. It's a long story, but I'm going to try and cut it short so you guys, can get to it. I got it through a friend who knows a friend. In Ghana, we always do things through a friend who knows a friend. But I think the biggest thing I want to say is I used to challenge myself every single year into trying things that I'm not used to or I'm not known to do, right? And with looking at me and my background, I had no background in building. So on my 25th birthday, I picked up the challenge of trying to build or come up with a project that would make me learn about the construction space in Ghana. And for about a year now, prior to that birthday, I was looking out for lands and asking around people who had lands, and finally reached out to my architect by then, who also linked me to his friend that basically connected us to the family that owned the land. Every lands are owned by families and not the government or by any chief. So I had to reach out to their family. Earlier that year, I bought just 3 plots of land, but deep down, I thought about it and bought more. The payment of the land wasn't that straightforward. I asked for a payment plan, and one thing I also asked for was I told them I'm not going to give them full payment. I paid 80% of the land and held about 20% of the money until my registration process was through. Hence, to make sure there are no issues with the land, they have somebody else named registered and stuff like that. And that's what I did. Moving on to the next. What did you look at before purchasing the land? Okay, this is some of the, I mean, I made some of the rookie mistakes, like first time mistakes. I didn't really look out for anything, to be honest, when I was purchasing the land. The biggest thing now, like that caught me, purchasing the land was the views. I stood on the land and oh my God, it was just amazing what I could see. I just wanted to get it. But after getting it, I realized that I should have looked at some things like electricity, water, and then getting materials onto site. The road network basically like was should have been my main focus, right? And when it comes to slopes, things like even drainage and stuff are also important. But I didn't look at that. The views just caught me. So I mean, I can't blame myself. I was just caught by the views. On to the next. What is this $1 million project about? Okay, a very interesting one. Um, I like to say it's not an Airbnb. Think about it this way. I want, I have always dreamt of being able to travel with my friends to a destination where we didn't have to share the facilities. I know you would say, oh, like an Airbnb, you can rent a whole house as an Airbnb and you don't have to share the facilities. Yes, you can do that. But it doesn't come with activities. Like it doesn't come with things like ATV, it doesn't come with things like maybe, you don't know, maybe like zip lining, all those kind of stuff. It doesn't come with these things. And it's also not situated in a place where you can do a lot. The location of the land is very key for me, where even when you come to the place and with all the activities present in the place, it's like the location still allows you to explore beyond the walls and beyond, I mean, the Airbnb. You can do way more around in the neighboring, communities. There are so many waterfalls available. There are so many ATV rides available. There's so many things available in and around a breed that would allow you to do much more. Do you work with an architect? Is the next question. Yes, I do. And I always tell everyone that before you even purchase your land, if you can consult an architect before you do, it's very important. Some of the things that you and I wouldn't consider that an architect would consider in terms of, putting up a project. So you do this. I have an architect. He has been, I love him because he's one of the very few architects that, you know, are very modern and not putting up archaic stuff. I mean, basically, he gets updated and looks out for new stuff and is always putting out great work. So, yeah, I work with an architect. Okay, this question. Building on a slope is 10 times harder. So, why did you decide to build on one? An amazing one. Yes. I mean, if you don't know this, I hope from this question you've gathered it already. Building on a slope is extremely hard. What it takes to prepare the land alone can put up I know it can even put up like the two-bedroom house. So if you want to purchase a land on the slope, please be prepared for what it comes with because it isn't just straightforward. You know, a flat land is you just go straight to your foundation and you are there. With a slope, you have to do something we call cutting and retaining, right? To achieve a flat land on some part of the land. And this is not a joke. It's not a joke in terms of just the building of it. It's expensive and very technical. So if you want to buy a land and there's a slope in it, please be careful and ask questions. The last question I have here says, what are the challenges you have faced so far? I have faced a ton of challenges, and I hope, like, one of the purpose of this video is like for everyone watching this to learn from some of the problems or the challenges I faced and what I did. Um, the biggest one of all is having to construct my own road and drainage onto the land. You know, like earlier in the video, I mentioned that I was too excited about the land and the views I had. So I forgot the most important thing, which was the road, right? And the drainage. Because I have always had to spend extra in terms of transporting materials down to the site, because you have like cars cannot get down to the site. I always have to get like, maybe an aboboya, or for those who are not in Ghana don't know this, like a tricycle to be able to transport these materials. And these are not cheap, having to pay extra on top of every single materials to get down to your site makes the site expensive. Number two is the amount of water that washes down a slope can never be underestimated. Because think of it this way: you put up a house and you're on a slope and water washes around it every single time, you're going to expose your foundation, which might lead to the collapse of your building. So tackling water is a big deal there, which is also another cost, right? And I think one cost I want to mention from the beginning is buying lands in Ghana would always come with an issue. If you are not prepared to fight, please go and buy an estate land, because you would fight. And I mean, you would fight. I had an issue where after giving money to the family, some part of the family even came to me and said, we didn't get our share. So what's up? What am I doing for them? Right? I know, I mean, I don't have to settle them, right? Because I've bought from the entire family. But these are some of the issues that come up. I also had an issue where one family, because I was buying 2 acres and their amount of land was like, they had exhausted all their land, they were actually even cutting into another family's land to sell to me. So you have to be really, really careful when it comes to land. I always say this: the biggest advice I give people when purchasing land is be slow and do your due diligence when purchasing the land. Even if it takes a whole year to purchase the land, please do. Because the land is something that you don't want to invest in, put your money in, and then have to, remove your structure. So take your time and invest in making sure the land is genuine before you go ahead to, get your project done. One thing I would like to add is I want you to have, like, on your last payment, I said this in my previous episode, on your last payment, be willing that you have enough money to fence this land and protect this land from encroachers. And that brings us to the end of today's episode here on Bab the Builder. I hope you enjoyed diving into my journey of my $1 million project. And if you found this episode entertaining, educational, or downright awesome, don't forget to give a big thumbs up to this. And I hope this inspires you too as well. Drop a comment below and let me know your favorite part of this episode and what you'd like to see next. Your feedback means so much to me, and I love interacting with each and every one of you. Stay tuned for more exciting content coming your way. Until next time, I'm Bab signing off from Bab the Builder. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.